It's one of the reasons why I abstain from Valentine's Day, Jay, because it's just one big
a money-making scheme.
Money-making scheme effort, yeah.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. I mean, we can talk about the other 364 days of the year, but, you know.
I'm afraid I'm not really cut out for the modern world.
Hello and welcome to the Modern World podcast powered by New Thinking. I'm your host, Jay Pearson. My co-host is Ross Chanley, and we're here to just moan about the world, have some fun with it, but also as well to talk about our feelings. How are you feeling, Ross?
I'm all right. I'm feeling a bit tired today, and there's always the kind of post-travel to London day. This is where I'm getting old now. Gone are the days where, yeah, long day, yeah, fine, nail it. It's next day, is like, no, right, bed,
Yeah.
no. But also, it also would complement a moaning session. Well, just being tired means that you're more grumpy or you're more susceptible to moan about things. So
I completely agree. Agree.
I was going to promise some decent content then, but I don't think I'll do that.
No, you're full of false promises.
Yeah. Oh.
I'm all joking. But yeah, you are absolutely right. And I look at sort of the young generation of today, you know, that's such an old man phrase.
Oh, God.
And I remember having loads of energy and being able to do everything all day, every day. But when you get full-time proper careers and you become parents and stuff like that, it does take it out of you. However, I still am quite proud of myself at 37. I can still take stairs 2 at a time.
2 at a time?
Yeah.
What, in your house?
2 at a time. And when I'm going up the platform for the train, 2 at a time. I can still do that. Yeah.
Oh, I've reverted back to being a child where I kind of walk up it.
But you crawl up it like the Exorcist.
Crawl the stairs, yeah. Gets 9:10 at night time. I need my bed.
I mean, don't get me wrong, I could do that. You know, yeah. I've debated a stair lift.
Yeah. You used to do that as a kid. You used to like not crawl. You used to crawl when you were a kid.
Run. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So I can't do that anymore. I'd fall. I'd be fearful of slipping and smashing my knee on the edge of stairs.
Oh yeah, I pulled something thinking about it. Yeah.
Brilliant! What's a good start? I'm excited for this episode, mate. I really am, because the fashion and the furious. There's a lot of stuff that's going down in the world of fashion, and I am nowhere near fashionable, but we will get into it.
I love the fact that we came up with that title within about 30 seconds of just saying things to us. Fashion.
Yeah.
And we just kind of spitball like 2 things. And we both went, fashion and furious. And then just left and got the train.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's because we're creative geniuses, mate. We are.
Yeah.
However, before we've got to get into all that, first order of business, social media pet peeves. What's gone on this week?
So I've gone for, and you'll have seen these, business influencers.
Okay.
And these are people like, I want to say, is it Gary V and like a couple of people like that? Basically, people who are millionaires. Fine, fair enough. Congratulations to you. But it's the ones that kind of patronize and kind of tell people what they should do. And if you want to be successful, you've got to do this. And you want to be successful, you've got to get up at 4 a.m. in the morning. You know, you're not in the gym by 6 a.m. You've not made 20 business calls. You've not done this. What are you doing? No, you should never buy a house. It's a waste of time. I was like, but what's applicable to you doesn't apply for everyone else.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
I can't remember the guy's name, but he's like banging on about houses. It's like, don't buy a house, just rent. You know, houses were made for banks. The banks needed something to. He's probably right. The banks needed something to sell to loan people loads of money. The prices go up, interest rates go up. The bank makes loads of money on the back of houses. Great, I get that, but I also don't want to rent. Because it's really expensive. So stop patronizing me. Tell me what to do in my life. I will do what I want. Yeah. Thank you.
And also, I would like to actually leave something for my child.
Yeah.
Because by the time I'm done and I'm out of here, the house touch wood, should be paid for. So therefore, my son has something to fall back on.
Yeah. And it's just NFTs. You got to be into NFTs. You're not into NFTs. You're a loser. You're missing out on this space.
NFTs, no fucking chance.
That's NFC.
Yeah, no.
Oh,
just the rhyme bit.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, it failed miserably. It wasn't supposed to say chance, but you know.
Let's see if we put some music overlay on that.
Can we come up with something though? NFTs. We could do it. So no
flipping.
No thanks.
Tosser.
Tosser, yeah.
Okay. You bleep those. You bleep those out.
I'll bleep those out.
But it's all those things like I don't know. It just feels like the latest fad or the latest craze, and same with kind of like, oh, you went into Bitcoin and Dogecoin and whatever it was like 20 years ago. Then you're great. Same as any other investment. I didn't buy a house when I was 15 years old, mate. I didn't buy a house when I was 5, when you could get 100% mortgage and just rock up and go, oh, I'll have that one, please.
Yeah, exactly.
And, it was 20 grand for a house. Sorry, that's not the way of the world. Oh, sorry. Oh, and then you have all those other ones that are kind of, those pretentious business people who would put like they're probably half our age or in their early 20s and go, oh yeah, you do this for your business, you can be successful. And it's all the patronizing, just business talk nonsense that comes out. And then they had that tiny little bit of going, well, when I was 21, I started my own business and doing this. And then they chuck in that little, with a small loan from my parents. Oh, did you, mate? Oh, how very good for you. Mummy and Daddy lent you £500,000 to start your own business, and you can see yourself to be successful. Nice one. You're not.
Yeah, it's true. No, yeah,
and it's fine. Go and do that, but stop telling everyone else what to do and being patronising, pretentious about it. I hate it.
Yeah. No, I agree with you. And again, it is really related to the Bitcoin era and Forex trading and all that sort of stuff. And you get DMs, don't you, on Instagram saying, can I follow you because I'm going to change your life and this, and you just go, no, go away. Just go away.
I don't get those messages.
I'll send you one. I'll pretend I'll pretend. But again, I'm happy with my life. I'm happy the way I've done things. I'm happy where I am.
I'm not. I just don't want the other stuff.
Yeah, this podcast proves that we're not happy. But on the flip side of things, I don't need that crap in my life. I really don't need someone telling me how to live my life. Yeah. I don't need that. And again, it goes back to I know we hate the phrase living your best life. Just let people live their lives. Don't let it. Don't tell people what to do. The ironic thing is like, just let people live the lives, yet we're moaning about what people do on social media and stuff like that and what annoys us. But it's fun. But yeah, again, it can be like
different when we do it.
It is different when we do it. Yeah. It comes across patronizing, and it's the added pressure in life. The same what we spoke about a couple of weeks ago, how there's so much pressure on women to look a certain way because of the way younger girls are looking nowadays because of beauty and the pressures of Instagram and stuff like that. It's mentally hurtful. People can look at your life and go, like you said, when I was 23 and I had 500 grand in the bank and this, that, and you go, I'm the same age and I don't have that, or I'm 10 years older and I don't have that. And it's depressing. It can hurt a lot of people.
Equate yourself to a failure. But I'll throw it back to that bad Baz Luhrmann song. It's the race is long and it's only with yourself.
Exactly.
It doesn't matter. But like you said, it's easy to say that and listen to that song and go, oh yeah, Sam. But then when you're day to day of things and you're doing that, same with celebrities. When celebrities win awards, oh yeah, we need to tackle climate change. Do we? And you rocked up here, but how did you get hit? I'll buy a jet, private jet, nice one. Okay, yeah, I'll turn the heating off, shall I? You enjoy your awards.
Like I said, when Ricky Gervais was doing the Golden Globes, and he just said, "Don't make a big thing of it. Just come up, get your award, and F off."
Oh yeah. Thank you, God.
Yeah, thank you, God, or whoever, and just get out. Yeah. And he's absolutely spot on. He really is. But yeah.
So yeah, that's mine.
I like that.
And Jeremy Vine.
Oh, shut up with Jeremy Vine. But yeah, it's absolutely true. He's been annoying again. He does it on purpose now, I'm telling you. Right, so mine is it's people on social media who ask stupid questions, like stuff that you can't even Google, and it's becoming more apparent now where I'm seeing it a lot more often. So, for example,
would you rather?
No. Listen to this. So again, there's every town and sometimes your housing estate has its own little community group, doesn't it? To for people being nosy, or who's that parking there and stuff like that, or the community group of all the businesses and asking questions and stuff. Similar to what I spoke about a few weeks ago, where people asking what time is such and such open, when you go, well, you just Google it and you can find out.
But there's a neighborhood WhatsApp for here, which I have explicitly told people who've mentioned it to me several times that I'd want no part of it.
Yes, exactly. But sometimes you should jump on it, makes it good content. So, for example, I got one this week and I saw it, and the guy didn't let us know he was an anonymous poster. And he said, does anyone know the time the Royal Mail delivery driver usually delivers his parcels on X road? And I'm reading that going, So you want to know what time the Royal Mail guy usually comes and delivers his parcels? Well, it could be any time because they work all day, mate.
Please tell me you're retired any time between 8 and 8, mate.
Your parcel will be delivered. But I was just like, is he really, really that stupid? Like, who has that? And then another one saying, has anybody got the mobile number for the Hermes delivery driver? No. No one's got
I would
it.
give it a false number of someone that I don't like.
Who would have that number? Nobody would have it. So why are you asking a stupid question? And then another one. There's two things wrong with this. Does anyone know what happened on X Road? There is 3 police cars, 1 police van, and an ambulance.
Oh God, just get a fucking life.
Yeah. The comments
Why?
were, I don't know. But the worst thing is about it, there is something worse about that. Instead of spelling the word does as in DOES, he spelt it as DOUSE.
What? I thought you had DUZ.
No, DOUSE as in douse.
Douse anybody know?
What happened on Low Bear Road?
Oh my God. It's
painful
to know these people are mixing with us, isn't it?
People were commenting going, probably because there was an emergency, mate. Or probably because someone's in trouble. Or you live across the road. Why don't you go and ask? It was just...
Why don't you just mind your own business? What's this need for still clamour just to no drama?
Yeah, exactly.
Someone crashed into... I think I told you this. Someone crashed into a house on our estate, which is by the main road. It must have been a couple of months ago now. I was like, have you seen what's happened? What do you fucking happened? Like, I think a car's crashed into the front of their house, love. Okay. Imagine that happened. I think the driver drove into there. Oh. Was he being chased? He drove. I don't like it. What difference is it going to make to your day? Yeah.
Get a grip.
Just crack on, yeah. But again, those examples that you give it, what difference was it make to their life?
Yeah.
You know, exactly. And also like Royal Mail, just order something from Amazon and they'll tell you when it's coming.
Yeah. Well, sometimes you can't be helped because if sometimes stuff gets delivered by Royal Mail, doesn't it? Or when you order off eBay, 9 times out of 10 it comes via Royal Mail. But it's the fact that he's asking that question. It's like, no, they don't have a specific time when the mail gets delivered. It's not, you know what I mean?
When someone asks you for directions, what do you normally do?
Normally I go, I don't know, mate, because I can't be bothered having the conversation.
Yeah. Sometimes, depending on what mood I'm in, because largely it's that mood of I don't want to talk to you, I've got my headphones in, stop asking me questions. But sometimes if someone asks me for directions, I'll just make them up. Because I think it's a lot funnier to not know the outcome.
Yeah.
And see the fact that end up. I've just sent someone the wrong way. I have no idea where they're going. Just down there, mate, left, and then a couple 100 yards, and then it's down there on your right. You know, it's only 5 minutes of their life that you've wasted, but it's just in that saving this current knowledge of I've sent someone the wrong way.
But what happens if they do that, Ross, and then they're crossing a road and they get run over? What if that happened?
Well, that's their own fault, isn't it?
No, that's your fault for sending him that way.
It was their fault for not looking at where they're going.
Yeah, but butterfly effect. Yeah. They wouldn't have been down that road looking and not paying attention because they want to know where they're going because they're following your
butterfly effect. It's their own fault for not having Google Maps and listening to me in the first place. So,
that's the right answer.
What's more stupid, walking in front of a car or listening to advice from me?
Just going to throw one last thing in before we move on. It happened yesterday, and it was just an update on the whole Prime situation from when we did episode 1, where we were talking about idiot parents buying Prime for Christmas. So I was going to send it you last night just as a laugh, but then I thought I'll save it for today. So someone had posted this in this community group. Again, I get a lot of stuff out there saying, such and such a shop has got bottles of Prime in. So I commented saying, oh my God, yes, I need to go. People are going, oh, it's sold out. How much is it, Sandra? Oh, it's X amount. And then someone put, there was someone on here that does hampers at great prices. She also is opening a shop and she's got loads of stock of Prime as well. I've just got my kids 2 bottles of Prime and 2 Easter eggs, £20 for both hampers. And I was like, what?
God.
So I did a little bit of investigation and
for a bit of exploring.
I did a bit of exploring.
Exploring is the Easter eggs.
No. We're not having that again. No, we're not having Whisper Gold and no, stop it. We got a bottle of Prime, okay, and you can bottle of Prime, And do you remember the nerds? You can get that the American.
Oh yeah,
right. They're probably about what, £3, £4 because they're imported. Bottle of Prime, box of nerds, a little bow as part of the package, and I didn't even know this existed. Prime chocolate. Didn't even know that was a thing, but Prime are doing chocolate as well. So those 3 things were £20 for those. For those 3 things, right? And then she does another one where a crate of Prime, like 12 bottles, they come on the cardboard tray, which is branded, and then obviously the plastic over it. Yeah. She took the plastic away, got the box of Prime at the bottom, so it's just like, a couple of inches thick. Bottle of Prime laid in the bottle, a smaller box of nerds, some sour sweets, and some other like bits of sweets in there as well, and a Smarties Easter egg, which probably cost £1. That little hamper, £25.
Good grief.
Unbelievable. And I was just like,
do you know what the worst bit of that is? Isn't her making it, it's there will be people who'll buy that.
Yeah, correct. I mean, don't get me wrong, not having a go at the person who's selling it. I mean, I am a little bit, but it's the mugs that are going to be buying that and clamoring for it. It's a bottle of water, a pound Easter egg.
Polished a turd and sold it for £25.
Yeah, exactly, which is very clever. And I wish I'd thought of it the same way I thought of Bitcoin years ago, but I didn't, right?
Yeah.
But I judge the people that are doing this because, I mean, listen, we could do a whole thing on the way Easter has become a thing now. We've got to buy someone a gift, and you've got to buy someone an Easter gift or an Easter hamper, and you've got to make Easter 10 times bigger now. And it puts so much pressure, again, on parents to buy this stuff for the kids because other people will do it who have more money in the schools, and they'll buy these hampers for these kids. In our day, it was, let's go find some cream eggs that are hidden around the house, and I'll get 2 or 3 Easter eggs. Happy days. That was brilliant. Easter every year is slowly becoming in Christmas. It's doing my head in.
But it's the same with other holidays. It's the commercialization of holidays. Halloween is becoming a bigger and bigger thing over here, but then you see stuff for Halloween, it's in the shops at the end of August.
Oh,
and even before Halloween's ended, the Christmas stuff's in the shops.
It's too much pressure on parents.
It's one of the reasons why I abstain from Valentine's Day, Jay, because it's just one big
a money-making scheme.
Money-making scheme, I've heard, yeah.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. I mean, we can talk about the other 364 days of the year, but, Do you want to move on?
I do buy my daughter a Valentine's Day card and present, though. I do.
What present do you buy her?
Just some flowers. Normally greet her at the schoolyard with some flowers so she feels special.
Love that.
Yeah, and a teddy.
And love that.
Take her out for dinner. That's about it.
Love it.
Yeah.
It's your first love. It's your daughter, mate. That's absolutely fine.
Yeah, but the rest of it, nah, not part of that.
No, but
I don't. I haven't agreed this with anyone, but no one else brings it to me either. Just a mutual respect that I have with women. An unspoken mutual respect.
It's like, yes, you're not celebrating it, so they're not celebrating it with you either.
It's fine,
It's fine.
Yeah.
No, mate, I completely respect you. You're doing that with Alexa. I really do. I think you should. If I had a daughter, I'd get her a little Valentine's card as well. But again, it's just the added pressure. I can't believe Easter is just becoming this big thing now. Anyway, social media pet peeves. We could be here all day, and that'd be an entire podcast. But we've got other things to talk about. Okay, Ross. So the crux of the podcast this week is about fashion, and fashion faux pas and what people should or should be wearing. I mean, I can't judge people too much, mate. I live my life in my trackies and my band t-shirts and football tops.
You're literally wearing an oversized hoodie right now.
I'm wearing my snuddy because I'm cold, and it was one of the greatest Christmas presents I've ever been bought. And anyone listening who has a snuddy knows what I'm talking about.
I've got one. It's very, very similar to yours, which I'm very tempted to go and get for the rest of the day.
Just do it, man. Just do it. But anyway, you picked the subject this week with fashion. So before I go, should I give you my most annoyance about fashion? Or...
Yeah, well, there's a reason I picked this subject. Is because you mentioned it a few times. I was like, great. That's what we'll do for the podcast.
Okay, yeah. So here we go.
You picked it, mate.
Brilliant. Okay, so what really does my head in about fashion is people are welcome to be who they are, like what they want, and that's absolutely fine. I've got no judgment on that sort of things. What I do judge and what does wind me up is when people are wearing a t-shirt of something that they don't know nothing about. And my biggest bugbear is when you wear a band t-shirt that you don't know who the band is, you've never listened to a song, you don't own any of the CDs, they're not on your Spotify, they're not on your Apple Music, and you haven't got a clue who they are. And this was rife since like 2014. And then in 2016, it hit its peak. And I remember when I used to work at Apple in Liverpool, I'd get off the train and I'd walk into Liverpool 1, and I'd go past several, obviously, female-based clothes stores. And in the window, I would see Metallica t-shirts, Slayer hoodies, Korn t-shirts, System of a Down hoodies. And I'm like, what is going on? They're all bands that I absolutely love. And I see people walking around town everywhere on Instagram, all wearing Metallica t-shirts. And like, you couldn't even tell me a Metallica song. You couldn't even tell me if you own one of the albums. And I remember when I worked for a phone company years ago, I did a training session in one of their call centers. And this is really bad. I did a group session all day, and there was a smaller group that I did. There was about 4 or 5 people in it, and I was demonstrating the speakers on the phone, and there was a girl there who was wearing a Metallica t-shirt, and she was, pretty looking girl, you can tell she'd be on an Instagram and all that sort of stuff, and the pressures of younger life. And I thought, so I gave her the benefit of the doubt. I said, in fact, you can pick a song by Metallica because you're wearing the t-shirt. What song should I play for Metallica to display the speakers on the phone? And she went, I don't know. I said, well, you got a Metallica t-shirt on? Do you not like them? She went, no, I don't like them. And I went, well, why are you wearing the t-shirt then? Well, just what we do now. And I went, okay, moving on. And I was dumbfounded. So yeah, winds me up when people do that, mate. Can you sympathize, please?
I quite like it.
Oh, get out.
What if they just like the artist's work on that said band? I think, if you had anything to doing promotion for a band to other people, someone might see that t-shirt and go, I've never heard of Metallica before. I might listen to some of their music. To really,
what if Joe Bloggs that walking down the street was wearing a Metallica t-shirt you don't know? And you just thought, oh, I like that. That's a cool t-shirt. I'll listen to them.
Subliminal messaging might say all these Ramon t-shirts. Might go, actually, I might just, why is everyone wearing a Ramon t-shirt? I might see what they're about and give them a listen.
Same with Nirvana. Nirvana are rife in Primark. Love Nirvana. Thought, very, very good band. But my missus, she's a massive Nirvana fan. She's wrote articles on Kurt Cobain when she was a kid and stuff like that. Loves him. But she doesn't really wear him.
Kurt Cobain, what are you thinking?
I'll ask her. She will hardly wear any Nirvana t-shirt that she's ever been bought over the past 10 years because she doesn't want to be labeled as one of those people of, you've only bought that t-shirt because it's in Primark. And I get that. I really get that because I will now. I own one Metallica t-shirt. I used to own 3 or 4, but now I only own one because I think, well, if I don't want to be one of those, and I shouldn't give a crap what people think, but I'm wearing it in the street going, I know who Metallica are. I've got 2 of their album covers tattooed on my arm. I know who they are, so I don't really need to wear the t-shirt, but that's the point. So I try and wear band t-shirts that people don't know about now because you don't want to be labeled as, oh, he's just wearing that. What I'm doing right now is they probably don't know who the band is. And that's frustrating because why? That puts that person who's actually really passionate about that band in a different mindset.
Yeah. I've got 2 band t-shirts, but they're my 2 favorite bands. And but also I really like the artwork on it. That's essentially why I've got them. I would even buy a t-shirt of a band if I didn't like the actual t-shirt or the art. You know what I mean? I wouldn't buy it. But for the sake of getting it. What's the difference then between that and say you getting a retro t-shirt from a club that you don't support?
It's a good point. However, a club that you don't support, you still watch the game. You still appreciate the players that played for it. You still know who they are. So I have.
But you've not been to any of the gigs, though, have you? You've not been to see.
It's in a different country.
What?
It's in a different country.
Yeah, but the Ramones gig in different countries.
Yeah, but they come to your country, so it's easy to go and see them because they come to your country. Or what
about when, say, Dortmund played Liverpool?
I went, but I supported Liverpool.
In your Dortmund shirt?
No, I didn't own a Dortmund shirt.
What are you messing?
This is like the worst analogy ever.
I'm just playing devil's advocate.
It's good devil's advocate. I'm trying to explain it, but you keep interrupting. Okay. Yeah.
Sorry, Dad.
It's okay. Whisper gold. So I owned a retro Inter Milan third kit, the grey one, which had Fat Ronaldo on the back of it.
Into one.
Yeah.
The Pirelli one.
Mm-hmm. Because loved the kit, loved Ronaldo. Used to watch Inter Milan on.
Golazzo.
And I was waiting for it. I was setting you up. Yeah. So there you go. So I knew who they were, but I wouldn't like wear a shirt from FC St. Pauli in Germany because I've no interest in the club.
But the kit might look nice. What was if you saw a really good kit of it? Like, you know,
It's
like what was the one we talked about? Like the Nigeria one. Everyone like kind of jumped on.
Everyone jumped on that. Didn't get it. Now a friend of mine does that. He buys a lot of kits just because they look nice, and we'll wear them when we're playing football, doing footy training. But I wouldn't. That's just me. Do you know what I mean? It's just.
But
me.
is he not the same as the people that buy the band T-shirts who don't support the bands? Is that in the same category?
It's different though, isn't it? It's really different because these people just don't. At least he knows about football. He can name a couple of Nigerian players.
Yeah, but they'll know about music.
Yeah, but they won't know about heavy metal. That's what I'm saying. Oh, this is great. I love this conversation. But this is what I'm saying. They won't. They'll. If you grab their Spotify, right?
Would you be as offended if it was a T-shirt that was I don't know, James Blunt, or do you know what I mean? Someone that, because all these T-shirts are kind of in your sphere of your music taste. So it wasn't in your music taste, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Would you be not offended, but do you know what I mean? Would you have a stronger opinion on it?
No,
okay.
And this is the reason why, because, and again, we're getting into a little bit too deep here about heavy metal and music, but when I was
Sum 41.
That's not heavy metal.
No, but In Too Deep is a.
Oh, for God's sake, that went straight over my head. I missed that. Yeah, I'll pull it back.
Yeah.
10, 15 years ago. In fact, no, let's go further back. 20 years ago, right? When nu metal kicked off, when heavy metal was really at it, sort of like, it was massive, right? And it got a little bit too mainstream for everyone's liking. I got called for liking it. I got called a goth. I got called a sweaty for wearing a Metallica t-shirt. I got called for wearing a Limp Bizkit t-shirt. I got called for wearing a Korn t-shirt. I got ripped to shreds for that 20 years ago by people at school, girls at school, right? Got ripped to shreds for it. Now, it's okay, but they'll still slag off heavy metal and they won't listen to it. Like I said, these people that are wearing these t-shirts, they go onto Spotify or Apple Music. You won't find, I'm wearing the Metallica t-shirt because I like the artwork, but I've not got them on my Spotify, but I've got Slayer or I've got Megadeth.
Yeah.
That's my point. And fashion can change, everything can come round. Of course it can. That's absolutely fine. Adidas press studs are back in fashion now, which I absolutely love. Thought Adidas press studs are amazing. But it's different when it comes to band t-shirts, mate, because you're going into a completely different medium. It's not just about fashion, then it's about music. And how can you wear a t-shirt that you will openly not listen to the music and think it's crap? And worst of all, you probably took the piss out of someone years ago for actually liking that music and wearing that t-shirt. There we go.
I used to have a t-shirt that said sex, drugs, and sausage rolls.
Love that.
But at the time, I was only doing sausage rolls and drugs. Still wore it.
And now you're just doing sausage rolls.
Yeah.
Right. Moving on before.
Joke?
No, it's just you don't do drugs because you're a smart human and you're single.
Would you like to know my fashion?
Yes, I would.
Fashion fury?
Okay, we'll go with that.
I mean, there's a couple of obvious ones. There's the kind of socks and sandals, which
don't get that.
Can I throw something out there?
Yeah,
socks and sliders are pretty comfy.
Absolutely.
In the confines of your own home,
correct.
Not in the public where you're
sliders, Nike sliders, Adidas sliders with your socks on. Sound. No to sandals. Yeah, completely agree.
And I think the other one that I had is, I think there's something we can both agree on. I think we mentioned the other week of we grew up with trousers with pockets on, and storing things in pockets because that's what pockets are for. I don't get the man bag.
No, and
which essentially is a bum bag, or for our American listeners, a fanny pack, that goes across your torso.
Yeah, well, we touched on this a couple of weeks ago, but we knew eventually we'd do a bit of a deep dive on them. Yeah, I don't understand. I don't get it. I think they just look ridiculous. And they used to be when they first started.
Keeping them?
they were on the hip. Now they're like nearly across the neck. These man bags, they're so high up on the chest now. It's unbelievable. Like you said, what you keeping it that you can't put in your pocket?
Yeah. Yeah. What you put in it, you've then got to remember to
Put it
remember the bag.
Yeah. And what happens if you leave the bag somewhere? I'm not going to leave my pants anywhere because one, I'll just get arrested if that happens. Well,
yeah. But you're right though. Just chuck everything in the bag. And also I think they got those kind of clip-on things. What if someone just rips it off you and robs you?
Exactly.
No one's ripping, again, to your point, no one's ripping pants off me. Don't mind. But also I have jackets that have got pockets on the inside to stop people from robbing me.
Yeah.
Get it? Like, I don't know. What was when the pockets come out of fashion or a non-usable thing?
Really don't know, mate.
It's also a pretty dad thing to do. He's like, oh, I can't find. So in fact, you did it yesterday.
Go on, what did I do?
You searched your pockets and your work bag for chewing gum. Where was the chewing gum?
It was in my back pocket. Yeah.
Or maybe this is the point. If you kept everything in the bag, Jay, you don't have one place to look.
Maybe it is. Maybe that's me being.
Maybe we're wrong.
Maybe we're wrong. Yeah. I've noticed it a lot more when away fans go abroad to watch a game.
Oh yeah.
I've noticed it quite a bit.
I'm going to turn up to work next week in a Metallica t-shirt, a man bag, and a man bun. Oh, I've got another one.
Go on.
It's the people. This is largely aimed at Southerners and probably fashionable people, but I'm just going to cast the net across those people. Is the pants that are somewhere between pants and 3/4. So maybe
like jorts.
No, the 4/5.
The what?
Between basically they bring the pants that end at their ankles and then they don't wear socks.
Oh, okay, right, yeah. No idea.
Do you run out of fabric? Is there an offer on Mothercare? What's the deal with that?
And people also do this in the winter. They do it in the winter where they're not wearing socks. I'm like, what?
I was like, just not wearing. Just do you not get sweaty shoes or?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't understand. I get the no socks thing is really strange. And I remember, and again, I'm embarrassed to say this, but I don't care. Love Island last year, Michael Owen's daughter said that one of her icks is a lad wearing socks. Wearing socks, not wearing them, wearing socks. If he's wearing socks, she doesn't like it. It goes through her. Said, if you're going to put them on, going to put socks on, you've got to have the thinnest ones, the ones that I can't see. All the shoes, like ballerina socks, put them on if you need to have socks on. But if you're wearing socks, no. I'm like, when did that become a thing?
And she to decide what socks you should wear.
Who are we to decide on what people should do with their lives while we're more on the podcast? So.
Yeah, as that came out of my mouth, I was like, yeah.
Touche.
Yeah.
But again, I like socks. Really do. What's wrong with socks?
Well, I like socks more than I like Michael Owen's daughter, so there's an easy decision there. Not wearing socks today? No. Michael Owen's daughter said not to wear them anymore, so I just stopped.
But I go back to
also.
Wait, let me finish. I'm just saying it. Yes, Jamie Redknapp, let me finish. It's the Gen Z thing now with how fashion change, all of a sudden, not wearing socks is a thing. No matter what, I've seen loads of lads that are even going the races. They're wearing a suit with, like you said, the shorter pants as a full suit, and no socks on. And I'm like, how is that normal? If I'd done that back in the day, I'd get absolutely rinsed for that.
It's like a PE kit in school when you forgot your actual PE kit. Carry on.
Go to the scrubber cupboard.
Yeah.
Oh,
the scrubber cupboard, Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just don't get it. And I don't know how it starts. And there's the kind of fashion trends and stuff like that. And, in this country, I think we're further behind. I think we're behind America, and then America's behind Japan and, Asia, that sort of region. It's where the fashion trends start and develop and they move backwards that way. But it's just I don't know. I just don't think I've ever been comfortable to try things like that. Do you know what I mean? I've done stuff when I was early teens and gone to Top Man and bought some stupid stuff. To Top Man, I bought a white sleeveless hoodie. Honestly, mate, I've had some nightmares when I was thinking oh yeah, it looks really cool, it's good and whatever, and you get I just fallen out some just falling out some B-list boy band thing. Do you know what I mean?
But mate, I've got to give you credit there for trying it. There's so many people out there that don't. I will not.
This is my point. I don't think I do try it anymore, but also that I don't think there's people that would be like us now and go, well, so that I'm keeping my socks on. I think people just do it so that they can follow the trend and look good, or think that they look good.
Again, it goes back to the social media pressure, doesn't it, and stuff like that. And you like what looks good on someone, and then two of your mates start doing it, and there's a pressure there. And individuality is rife right now, but it's also not as much for a lot of group of people, and it's difficult. I mean, for me personally, I would love to have a better wardrobe. I would love to have more nicer clothes. You know, my brother-in-law is in that he is Gen Z, and dear Lord, he's got some amazing clothes, and the jammy little git looks great all the time, and I just go, yeah. I mean, I look at it from my eyebrows up because I have no hair. I think there's a lot of stuff that just doesn't look good on me because I'm bald, you know. So, and again, I struggle with it. I do. It's one of the things that I'd like to dress better rather than, and not just for me, for my wife as well, because I don't want to go out. So, and I don't want to go out shopping with her and she's always looking great, and for me to look terrible. So I do need to put more effort in.
I'll share a story with you.
Yeah, go on.
When I broke up with an ex. This must have been like 6 or 7 years ago. I was very much fell into that trap of like I was working a lot and I just wore trackies all the time. Give me a couple £100 and I'll sort yourself out. Go to the shop and buy yourself some nice clothes. I was like, okay, just trotted off to Next or something. I was like, what? We saw some jeans and a shirt. He's like, great,
fair play.
Yeah,
that's a great dad. That
I've got one more for you, which I'm going to send you via WhatsApp. No, I was just sent you a meme over which is men over 35 in skinny jeans. And basically it's a dog that's perched up on a sofa. But it also reminded me of that. Do you remember that meme of those 4 lads that went out in that nightclub once and he just got absolutely rinsed?
Yeah.
It's that thing of like, I don't know. I think sometimes you need to recognize when you're past a certain age. What's the phrase? Mutton dressed as lamb.
Mm-hmm.
I just think so. Like, so I see something sometimes, but I go, oh yeah, and I go, no. Not anymore, Ross.
No,
you can't pull that off.
Yeah, skinny jeans are a thing now. They used to be dead popular, but
they are still.
I got told that they weren't.
See the skinny jeans and the skin tight jeans, isn't there?
Yeah, Well, I don't know. It's been ages since I've actually gone out and bought myself a pair of jeans. I'll just tell relatives for Christmas, what do you want? I want a pair of jeans, this colour, and then I get them.
Do you get people to buy jeans for it? Oh, no, I've got to do my own jeans shopping. Yeah. Got to be the right fit, mate.
Well, I trust people. I
don't trust anyone.
Thing is, my wife, my sister, my sister-in-law, my mother-in-law, they've got better taste than I have. So if they go, that'll look good on you, I get it.
Oh, yeah, okay.
It's just easier. It really is. And I trust them because I couldn't do it myself. I don't have the self-confidence to do that anymore.
And again, I very much wear black, white, and grey.
Yes, same here. There's not a lot of colour in my wardrobe. Yeah. But black's slimming. Black's really slimming. So that's why I use it.
That's why I wear black as well.
Yeah, exactly. There you go.
Yeah.
But no, again, everyone's entitled to their own individuality, and I do respect it. I love people who dress out there and just don't give a crap. I love that. I'm not that confident. I wish I was. To be fair, I just wish I was confident just to go out and buy some nice tops, but I don't look after myself that way. I'm happy, and this is no disrespect to Primark because I love the place, but I'm happy to just go to Primark and go, there's some nice polo tops there in different colours, and they're a £5 each, right? I'll get 3. I'll have 3 different colours, and then it fills my wardrobe a little bit. But then I'm always pictured in a polo top on a night out, which I shouldn't be. But then I wouldn't then go and spend £50 on a t-shirt. Like I'll refer back to my brother-in-law because he's a male in my life who's into all that. That lad spends 200. Well, he did before he bought his house. He spent £200 on a belt, and he spent £100 on a t-shirt. Another my sister's fella. He's like wore a lot of Palm Angels. I'd never heard of him. And those t-shirts like £75 for a t-shirt. I'm on at £75 for a football shirt, but for a t-shirt where the name is quite small on the t-shirt, and it'll probably go.
Right, pay for the label.
Yeah, it'll run out after 17 washes or whatever. I don't get it. So in my mind, I'm going, I'd rather spend my money on something else than that.
The t-shirt's £15 and the extra £50 for vanity and social acceptance. That's what you're paying for.
Correct, mate. Correct. And again, it goes back to the pressures. But that £75, I think, right, well, I could spend 30 to 40 on a pair of nice-ish shoes, and then I could spend the rest on a polo top and a pair of jeans. I could get a full outfit for that.
Counter that though, because I do pretty much the same as you. Like I'd like
Mm.
couldn't care less. Like
Yeah.
someone's got stuff to wear. You know, it's not out there to impress anyone. Some of the stuff from Primark, which costs £5, lasts 2 minutes.
Yeah, and that's the
Therefore, it's not
downside.
sustainable and it's bad for the environment. Whereas sometimes I think there's a medium balance between that and what you're saying about your brother-in-law or your sister's fella. Of you can buy stuff middle of the ground, which is quality and lasts for a long time.
Yeah, you go to Next or H&M and, you know, the sort of mid-tier stuff where it is a little bit more expensive, but not expensive as the specified shops.
Yeah.
But again, it goes back to looking at fake stuff for high-end brands as well, because there's that added pressure of fakes are really good now. 20 years ago, you could tell when something was fake. You know what I mean? Now, fakes are just as good as the original. You've got to find like a slight weave deficiency to find
no one
the
else
difference.
notice. Yeah.
No one's going to know. So you see women wearing Louis Vuitton stuff, or they have a Louis Vuitton bag. You wouldn't know whether that's fake or not. Only that person knows, which is why I always say, like, if you want a Christian Louboutin bag, fine, get one.
Who?
What do you mean, who? The Christian Louboutin with the shoes with the red soles, mate.
Oh.
Really? Oh my God, you don't know who Christian Louboutin is? Ugh. Why do I associate myself with you?
I've heard of Louis Vuitton, but not the other one.
Yes, but how do you not know who Christian Louboutin is? Really, really nice shoes with the red bases. All the bottom of the shoes are red. Oh, I'm going to educate you. But bear in mind, I don't own a pair of them, but I'm just saying. Yeah, so you wouldn't know whether those bags are fake or not, so just buy a fake one.
Yeah. Same with you know, like shoes, as you say. You know, if a pair of trainers cost me £200, expect them to do the running for me.
I will not spend that amount of money. I can't believe that again, that's a great one you've brought up there, mate. I will not spend over £50 on a pair of trainers. I won't do it.
Yeah.
I won't do it. Vans are the most expensive shoes I've ever owned, really. You know, because I got a pair of fake Jordans. They were £50, £10 for delivery. So I'll lie and say £60. But they were just as good as the ones that I actually saw in the shop. And I was like, I'm fine with it. Brilliant. But I just can't believe how expensive shoes are. Like, people are going to shops and spending £190 on a pair of trainers. I'm like, what? These things walk on the floor and get filthy within a day or two.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, man. How does that even work?
It's mad how much, you know, like you said, it's not for us to tell people what they spend their money on, but it just seems.
I'm just trying to comprehend it, mate. That's all. Just
that's what I mean. It just seems utter mental
It is mental
to do that.
But I shudder to think that when Freddie's older, when he's 14, 15, is he going to want all this stuff? I mean,
given the fakes you want to.
Well, yeah. I mean, to be fair, kids, they probably know, don't they? But again, he's going to want trainers that are like £200, and I'm going to get him. I'm going to have to get him because that's what he's going to want for Christmas.
But that very thing happened, I want to say, early noughties. Got to the point where we were kind of mid-teens. You know, we didn't have faith in the big man anymore, shall we say, before I ruin it for anyone. And then we started to get a budget for Christmas. And it was like, great. And then we go to the Trafford Centre, we got shopping. It's like, oh, here's your budget. You can do whatever you want. And bear in mind, this is the early noughties. My brother spent £90 on a pair of trainers.
Wow.
And do you know how many times that he wore them?
Never.
Or maybe.
Yeah, see.
Which is a learning curve when you're a kid. But I remember explicitly in the shop going, and they were proper out there, these trainers, like blue trainers, night trainers. And it was just like, you gonna wear them? Yeah, I wear them. Yeah. And it's like 5 years later, there's those trainers that we bought, yeah. You only wore them 4 or 5 times.
Yeah, no, it's a good point, mate. It is. But yeah, so fashion, I don't think I'm cut out for it. I'd like to be better at it. But I'm 37 and yeah, I struggle to find something that's nice for me while I'm bored. But I'm going to make more of an effort. I think this conversation made me realize I need to make more of an effort.
Yeah, let's go shopping together.
Should we go shopping together?
Yeah, what are you doing Saturday?
I'll show you. I'll show you what Christian Louboutin shoes are.
Won't
buy them because they're £500.
Yeah. So do I have to buy them for you because you bought me Buenos this week? I know Kinder chocolate you bought me, didn't
you? No, you do not buy me some Louboutin shoes because I am way too scruffy for them. There's no chance. I don't even like them anyway.
Christian, did you say?
Yeah. I've got no thing to buy. My wife's got a pair, and again, she's worn them probably about 3 times. And I'm like, There you go.
£7.
Sorry?
700. Sorry. 700 quid.
They're one of the cheap ones, mate. There's dearer ones than them.
A bag? A grand?
Mm-hmm. That's
What?
the cheaper bag and all.
Low top sneakers, 650. Oh my God.
Mm-hmm. Shocking, isn't it?
You just opened up another world.
Yeah. And it's all because of the red sole. So when you're walking behind someone and you can see that red sole about my feet, I've got Louboutins on. That's what it's
I've got
about.
soul,
Go on.
but I'm not a soldier.
There we go. Right, on that note, mate, I'm going to call a halt to proceedings, and yeah, let's go shopping. Okay, thank you very much, everybody, for listening to another episode of the Modern World podcast. My thanks to Ross. Ross, thanks very much, mate.
Thank you. I enjoyed that.
Me too.
I felt tired before the episode started. Now I feel energized.
Good. I'm glad, mate. It's what we do for each other. Love it. If you still haven't left us a review, or what are you doing with your life, leave us a review. We want to climb up those charts. We want to feel good about ourselves because we're so miserable.
Maybe we should do this at the start of the podcast so people actually listen to that bit. I doubt anyone gets this far.
I would like to think people get this far.
We should do a competition. If we say the word like, I don't know, like a safe word,
and put it as one of the reviews.
Yeah,
and we'll buy him we'll buy him a band t-shirt.
Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, this week's safe word is banana.
Brilliant. Oh, mate, listen, yeah, love doing this for you. It's good fun. So yeah, again, if you want more from us, head over to newthinking.com. Some amazing content, some great podcasts. We'll see you next time on next episode of Modern World, powered by New Thinking. Ernest Hemingway once wrote, "The world is a fine place and worth fighting for." I agree with the second part. See you next time.
I'm afraid I'm not really cut out for the modern world.